Pretty sure we're live, but let's check. What's going on here? Hold on a second. I think we're in good shape here, but I just need to make sure. Yes, we are live. Wait for a couple people to get on in. Ellie, you're first. Welcome. I'll wait for a couple more people and then we'll get started. We're going to have a really fun, interesting comment show this week. Sorry I'm a little late, but such is life. But we'll wait for a couple of people to get in at least, and then we'll get started. We're going to have, like I said, a very, very fun episode today. A lot of great comments. Little echoey. Ooh, okay, hold on a second here. Let me see if I can take care of that. Oh, there we go. Let's disable that. Can you still hear me? Hold on. Hold on. Test. Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Ah. All right. Testing. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, we went out for just a little bit. Should have sound now. Testing. Can I get a 1 in chat?
1.
Oh, stop it. Got to be able to hear me. Give me a 1 if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Stop it. Okay, thanks, Jason. Welcome, everybody. Ellie, Jason, Razor. Nice to have you here. King Bluto. Is it still echoey or bad? I don't know. I've been having sound issues. I am happy. Welcome. Julianne Reyes. Hello from Tennessee. Nice to have you here. Sounds like I'm in a stadium. Does it still sound like I'm in a stadium? Sweetheart, can you go in the other room, see if I still sound like I'm in a stadium? I just need to make sure. Hold on, let me check the sound settings here, and then we'll get to it. I've been having sound issues all week. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I've checked almost every damn setting, but I'll check again. Let's just make sure that we're all good in the hood, as they say. Test. Looks good there. Did that clear it up?
I don't know. You sound sexy to me.
No. Does it sound like? I mean, everybody's sounding like it's in a tunnel. Can you go check?
No, it didn't sound like that.
It didn't. Check one more time just to make sure. Should be better. I don't know what's going on here. Can you? Is it super bad? Can you guys deal with it in chat there? I really honestly don't know what's going on here. I know it's a sound issue, but let's see if there's any effects or anything on that I can check here. Hold on. Output volume, we're good there. Input, let's check. Looks like we're good there. I think we're okay there. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Not bad at all. Okay, it's okay. All right. Plenty good enough. Thank you, Cajun Randy. Sounds good to you, Bernie? Okay. Little tunnels, but okay. Okay, I'll work on that for next show. But let's go ahead and get started here. Let me hit you guys with some intro music. Turn it down the sound a little bit so I don't blast you guys' ear. right, welcome to the MLH Comment Show. Happy holidays to everybody. This is the, I believe this is the second to last comment show before the end of the year, but I hope everybody's having a great holiday weekend, Xmas weekend. We're going to have a great comment show for you guys. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a weird mixture of comments, but let's delve right into it. Let me just transition on over here to the comments, and we will go through those, and we will get to some quite interesting comments. We got a lot of new people subscribing to the show, so welcome if you're new to the channel. I've been described as a First Amendment auditor, and it's not the case. I don't put any labels on myself. I'm a man of many hats, a jack of all trades, if you will. It's funny to be pigeonholed in one specific community, i.e. the 1A community, and I do so much more than that, as you guys probably already know. But let's go ahead. Enough about me. Let's just get into the comments here at the bottom. We're going to start from the earliest comments to the latest. East Los Audits, who has a pretty good channel. I like his channels because it's really chill. It's just about enjoying life, eating food, grilling. I mean, his channel's really interesting. I don't pigeonhole East Los Audits as just an auditor, but good show. He says, I missed the show. Yes, you did, East, but that's okay. You did miss it because you went back and listened. So thank you very much for at least commenting. That's what keeps the comment show going. All right, Doc P, who I actually picked up from an anti-auditor channel, commented on my post about what is your favorite 80s song. And I'm going to ask chat, what's your favorite 80s? If you're old enough to live in the, know the 80s music scene and all that, like I am, what's your favorite 80s music song? What's your favorite song? Put it in the comments here in chat. But he says there's so many, which I agree with. It's hard to pick just one, but maybe Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears. That's a great song, Doc P. I think I would agree. All right. Doc P again gives us some insightful comments here. He says, responding to the question about courts and government being designated non-public forums, if you take a look at the time frame of this, it is not in response to the action of, quote, frauditors, and I will specify not auditors. The conflict for clicks, frauditor channels are doing more to hurt First Amendment rights than any of them ever have to protect them. These are those who cop watch and conduct audits, who through peaceful businesses, you and others, who don't engineer hostile interaction for clicks. Your channels don't get the views that the frauditor, and that's why we call them frauditors, because they claim to be protecting freedom when they are out to make money under the guise of activism. Channels, because they cultivate huge audiences who are only in it for the drama. Doc P, I don't have anything to disagree with you there. I hate the term frauditors. I really do. But if you're going to use it properly. I think it's just a blanket statement that includes a lot of people like myself that it doesn't make a lot of sense for. You understand? That's where I get it. Mile High, welcome. Nice to have you here. King Solomon, nice to have you here as well. Old Guy Mitch and Lawless in a World. Here's my best Lawless impression. In a world. There's no way I can hit that voice, Lawless. I mean, you have nothing to fear unless you're singing, and then I'm the ultimate crooner. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's move on here. So, Doc P, yeah, I think I agree with you. I think we went over this. And I do agree there's a lot of people hurting the community. I mean, there's a couple of big ones here in the Denver metro area that are making it harder for people like myself and KDOT to really get hard work done, right? And you guys can guess who that is. I'm not even going to get into it. Rochelle, I haven't seen you in a bit, Rochelle. I posted it was a really funny video from The Onion, and if anybody knows The Onion, they're definitely satire. But it was it was a video about video games and stuff. I thought it was really funny. If you guys get a chance, go to my community post and check out that video. I thought it was really funny. It's titled "Don't Let This Happen to You." Rochelle says, "Oh my goodness, yeah, it's pretty funny." Came by to say hi and send you love to you and Bernie B to find this story. Wow. It is definitely satire, Rochelle. It's not, I mean, if you watch that, you'll clearly know that it's satire. It came straight from The Onion. So, you know. Fab Daddy, who's a regular on Hot Tub Time Machine, says, I left the gaming consoles behind. I'm a huge gamer, guys. I don't know if you knew this, but I've been on YouTube for, oh man, it's going on over 16 years now. I have the longest running video game show of its kind. I mean, I have hardly anybody listens, but over those 16 years, but I'm very proud of that show and everything I've accomplished on that show. I'm a huge gamer. I love video games. Hardly ever get to play them because I'm usually, doing other things like, I don't know, putting in requests, FOIA request, doing cop watching and other stuff. But I do like the video games. Blue Unicorn says, I have a PS3 and the God of War thing. I think I played it 4 times. I don't mean I beat the game 4 times. I mean I've turned it on and played it 4 times. That's a shame, Blue Unicorn. The PS3 was a great system, had a lot of great games. God of War was a pretty good game. So I'm a big fan, especially if the newer God of War games, they're completely different. They're really, really good. McDonald's on the same post says, that's awesome. So there you go. Anybody have any favorite 80s music that any favorite 80s songs? Post them in the chat. I want to see what you guys really like as far as like 80s music. Carol says anything from Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I agree. Zeppelin's pretty good. Really good. All right.
I stand for the shrimp.
Oh, Hall & Oates. One day I'll tell that story. Sadly, Bernie, we're never going to be able to do what I said with Hall Hall & Oates. All right, Pallone, OG Pallone says, MLH, catch that rabbit on my rabbit hole. District 2, keep up the great work. Thanks, Pallone. There's a different rabbit hole to go into. And you guys could check that video out for more context. I'm not going to get into it here. But thanks, Pallone, for the comment. Matthew says, one of my favorite games was Dune on Sega. I still have it. You mean the Genesis version, Matthew? I'm guessing. Susie Tried, welcome. Fairies Wear Boots is a great song. Conspiracy Music, nice to have you in here. He says, 80s metal kid. Same here. Yeah, don't call me right now. I won't answer you, Solomon. Unless you want to be live on the air. I mean, you could call me, but your call would be aired live on the air. What's truth? Hello, MLH. Happy holidays to you and your missus. Thank you. The same to you. What's truth? I know Tiff was live, and I apologize going live at the same time as Tiff, but Tiff's got a great channel going. She gives tips to everybody on how to make crafts and stuff. It's a really good channel, What's Truth. And Bernie pointed out that one of the stickers she put on the back of that we received for the Halloween giveaway that I won, she put on the back of her phone, little Frankenstein sticker. She loves it. Merry Christmas to you and yours, What's Truth. Thank you, Susie. Merry Christmas to you and yours and everybody in chat for sure. Ellie says Guns N' Roses. Which song, Ellie? What's your favorite Guns N' Roses song? Because I do love Guns N' Roses. All right. Pallone says Eli TMFPG. I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody in in chat can tell me what TMFPG means. I have no idea what that means. I asked everybody if about video games and if you have current game systems and stuff, and Eastlow says FIFA for life, the soccer game. I know there's a lot of soccer fans out there, and it is what it is. What's True says YouTube is a big place, and we love the Mexican long hair and his YouTube fam. We love you guys too. What's Truth? You, like I said, I usually lurk in tiffs, but and it's so weird. What's Truth? I think I've won 3 giveaways from TIFF, so people think that game is rigged, but it's totally not. I mean, it's a random thing, and I just happen to get lucky. I've been fairly lucky all my life. I usually win like raffles and various things here and there. It's the weirdest thing. Like some people have luck and some people don't, and I seem to have a bit of good luck, and nothing major, like little things like giveaways and raffles and stuff like that. I'm the guy that, like, if I go to like a bingo place, I'll win like 2 times in a row, and people will be so upset at that. It's really weird, but it just happens. All right, Razor says on the hot tub post that I put, hot time in the Mile High hot tub on Colfax with super vest dirty and hat and glasses. LOL. Hi Bernie, being the shark. MLH. Thanks Razor, appreciate that. Totally rigged. Ellie says it is not. I am very lucky. Yeah. What's Truth for sure. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm just trying to do both things at once. Harry Nuts, our good friend Harry Nuts says we still have Pong. Yeah, I used to have that system. It was the Atari, Harry Nuts, but it had a paddle, and you played Pong and a couple other games like that. Breakout was another one. And I don't know what happened. I lost it over the years, but All right, Rochelle watched the replay of the Rabbit Hole in District 2 video. Catching the replay, I never get notifications on your stuff anymore. I just hit the notifications again. Thank you, Rochelle. Appreciate that. I appreciate that people take the time to go back and watch the videos. It's really nice when people make comments. It makes the comment show so much better. Can you imagine the comment show with no comments? Eminem, welcome. Nice to have you in chat as well. It's been a little bit. Nice to have you back. Rochelle says at 7:37, it's such a process to reach them, like they are celebrities. Yeah, I don't know what the hell the deal is with cops. They like to keep secret, Rochelle, and I think we know why. 23:30, you can't be in the public building, got to be outside. Shaking my head. See, that's the point. If you guys watch that video, I was really annoyed. I'm getting tired of having to go outside to talk to somebody at District 2. It makes zero sense. I mean, I got Sergeant McCluskey to admit that they're afraid of getting ridden up. When is somebody going to grow a backbone in the police force and actually be a man? Is my biggest thing. Northwest Press, nice to have you in here. Appreciate you being in here. Carol says Final Fantasy. I love the Final Fantasy games, Carol. I think my favorite probably is Final Fantasy 6, and then right after that, Final Fantasy 10. 12 was pretty good. I heard 16 is good. I haven't had a chance to play 16, but I hated 13. 13 sucked, but whatever. Keeper of the List says I tooted when you guys were in the hot tub, so that was where the extra bubbles came from. Keeper, see how you are. Lamposter7 says formal complaint, laughing emojis. Ah, yes. Okay, let me explain this. All right, I went there for 3 purposes the last time. I put in formal complaints on 2 officers that were being rude, which is it's in the 807-page policy book that the police have. Their policies, Lamposters. This is not me just making up shit. They do have a clause in there that specifically say you have to be cordial at the very least to the public, which we weren't treated cordially, which is why I put in those complaints. And then, but if you took the time to actually watch the video, I did praise an officer for the first time. So, you can laugh all you want to, but I get shit done. So that's just how it works here. So I'm older than MLH. Probably not by much, old guy Mitch. Probably not by much, my friend. All right, Clever Girl, who I think came over from Law and Order, or Law and Crime Trials Network when we were watching the Elijah McClain trial, says MLH. Yes, you've reached me, Clever Girl. Yes, I'm gonna put yes. There you go. All right, thank you, Clever Girl, for coming on over and commenting. I really appreciate it. Clever Girl also says, Ellie says hello from the Elijah case. Yes, thank you. I really appreciate you coming on over. I still have yet to receive that email, Clever Girl, but when I do, I'll forward it on over to Ellie. So there you go. Thank you very much, Clever Girl, for coming on over. Chevelle Leathers says, found you. Thank you very much, Chevelle Leathers. Really appreciate that. And Dina Marie also came on by. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support from the trial. I actually was in the courtroom for 2 of the days. Now, the update is the EMTs were found guilty of a couple of charges. Elio put the charges in I think it was negligent homicide was the biggest charge that they both had, and one of them is in jail right now and won't be having a great holiday. I'll talk a little bit about it in a little bit here. Town GAB 53 says, never heard of you, but are you a 1A defending the Constitution? Yeah, I mean, that's part of what I do, Town Gab 53. That's part of what I do, and I'm glad you heard of me, at least. Yes, that's part of what I do. I do believe in the Constitution, the principles, at least. And I'm a staunch defender of First Amendment freedoms, and they're slowly being eroded, and that's why people, like myself, are very, very vigorous about defending it. I'll be 58 in 5 days. Wow. Well, happy advanced birthday, Mitch. And yes, you got me by a few years, bud. So you win. But I'm still up there. Nunya, welcome. Nice to have you here. Good to see you. Good to see everybody in chat. I really appreciate it. Town Gab 53 continues. The Constitution is what separates us from North Korea and Russia, and we have to do everything we can to keep America true and separate from everyone else. Exercise your rights, challenge our government, we the people. You should not have gone outside with him. Stand your ground. Town Gab, I was irritated. I totally agree with you, but the problem is I couldn't have afforded to get arrested at that moment. And I have a feeling but if you noticed, I went back in. I wasn't going to stay outside and wait for the sergeant. But I agree with you, Town Gab. And there may be a time when I do that, but I've got other factors to consider. I'm only one man, and I know it takes one man to stand up for our rights, and I totally agree with you. Stay tuned is all I'm going to say on that front, okay, Town Gab? Make sure that you stay tuned, because I think there will be more action in the coming months on that request, or that line of thinking. Just saying, okay? Thanks, Ellie. Chikuniak was also found guilty of assault for unlawful administration of drugs, as well as a sentence enhancer that it caused death. So there you go. Town Gap 53 says, FOIA request, not a complaint unless they violated your rights. No, it was definitely a complaint. I put in a complaint about some rudeness. It was a policy issue, Town Gab. But I did put a compliment in as well. And I also wanted to find out some information on a very weird traffic stop. If that wasn't even recorded, so stay tuned on that as well. Part of what I do is investigate things, and sometimes I have to do it differently than FOIA request. The complaint was not FOIA, Town Gab. I specifically had a complaint about a couple of officers who were being rude to me and my friend KDOT. So I understand what you're saying, but it's not a FOIA request. It was definitely a complaint. Either way, his officers took an oath to the Constitution, not to policy or code. MLH, you're on the right track. Everyone makes a difference. I agree with you, Town Gab. I go about things slightly differently than most people. KDOT and I tackle things behind the scenes that you don't see. It's why my channel hasn't grown like others. Like, I could easily make it a drama channel. I could easily do the clicks and views things, and I choose not to do that purposely because I like to get shit done. It's plain and simple. So there you go. Let's continue on. Levi's mom says, dang, I missed you. That's okay. I'm glad you took the time to look at the trial or the panel that I had with Ellie, and it was very insightful, and I'm sure people would appreciate it if you go back and listen to that panel. Thank you for speaking about that certain person. I had to block them. Yeah, I don't block Levi's mom because I like to see idiotic comments. Usually, if you let people talk enough, they will expose themselves for who they are. So sometimes it's okay to, it's okay to go ahead and just let people speak, because a lot of times the more people talk, the more information you get, and the more you understand people for who they are. By the way, that person's a provocateur, Levi's mom. I'm very convinced that person is just one of those people that no matter what evidence you produce, they're going to take the position of cops and government and stuff like that. Sorry I missed you, Ellie. It's okay. Yeah, I'm glad you caught the replay, Levi's mom. So, I'm sure you will see Ellie plenty. She's always in the chat. Her and Jen are my top mods, and do a great job in there. Joko, nice to see you in there. Westside Accountability, happy holidays to you as well, and everybody in chat. I'm so happy that you guys are here. All right, let's continue on. Levi's mom says, live, work, and breathe the Denver area. My town too, born here, and I may visit other places, but my heart is here. Justice for Elijah. Look, I'm born and raised here, and I've lived here for decades, Levi's mom, so I care about Aurora and the Denver metro area quite a bit. And that's another reason why I do what I do. I've never told the story of why I decided to start this channel, and one day maybe I will, but there are very specific reasons for it. But Clever Girl, welcome on in. Nice to have you here. I went over your comments earlier. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. You're Levi's mom, Carol? Lol, that's funny. Did you change your name, Carol? Because I noticed that was your icon, your avatar, but I was like, what is this? It was like, because sometimes the avatars will change, and different people's avatars will show up on their name and stuff. But photo was disgusting. I remember. Okay, Carol. Now that I know that, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes total sense. Thanks, Carol. Appreciate you. Yes, you did find me live, Clever Girl. Hey, Clever Girl, thanks for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. Means a lot. Woodyard, we will be watching you. Okay, this is in response to something that I said, and I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I said about Woodyard. I'm a peaceful person, right? I'm not going to seek out Woodyard to get in a fight with him or cause him to, not be able to do his job properly. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. I'm going to search him out to make sure he's doing things properly, right? When they release him back on the streets. So, I will be watching you, Woodyard. And I know your cop buddies are watching too. And I'm watching them too. But I will find out where you're working if you get released back to the streets, which I don't know. That's kind of up in the air right now. I think it's stupid of you to want to work in Aurora. If I was you, I would definitely resign, because for every one of me, there's 10 others 50 others, 100 others that are going to be watching your every move, Woodyard. Just letting you know. Holding you accountable, making sure you're doing your job properly, and documenting when you fuck up. So, just letting you know. All right, Carol goes on to say, I know all about the dilemma of calling cops out for mental illness due to what I just went through with my son. I had to trust the Sheridan police, and I was in contact with them from the start, letting them know that I did not want them to kill my son because he was ill. Thank God for the co-responder, Allie from All Health, who had her eyes and her empathy on him. I know, Carol, that it's harrowing, right? So there you go. They'll be sentenced March 1st. I'll be there, Ellie. I'll be there. I will be, Clever Girl, I'll be there at the courthouse when Chikuniak and Cooper are sentenced. So you're going to want to stay tuned to the channel because I'll bring you guys as much information as I possibly can bring. All right, here's Kelly C. Can we get an actual lawyer weighing in on this? Ellie, I'm sorry, but what you said at about 34 minutes in is misleading misinformation too. That cop was not rehired. He never lost his job to begin with. I think it was technically a suspension without pay, which is why he is now getting all of that back pay. Had he been fired and then rehired, he would not have received that back pay. I think Ellie would be best to respond to that. I only give gifts to MLH. Clever Girl. Okay, well, I'll take it. I'll take it for sure, Clever Girl. I'm hoping everybody in chat and you, Clever Girl, are having a great holiday weekend. I'm having a fabulous holiday weekend so far. I just got some news right before this, and you're going to be just stay tuned because I got something special coming up. I'm going to have a panel, a really special panel. I don't know exactly when, so I don't want to get you guys all hyped up, but I'm going to have a very special panel in the near future with some information that I received today. Let's see. What else? Okay. Let's move on here. Julianne Reyes said, this should become a Supreme Court case as this happens a lot. There's not a real good path to the Supreme Court on this one, Julianne Reyes. But I do agree with you. Like these type of things. This sets kind of a small precedent, though, right? This is the first time that EMTs were given charges and convicted of killing somebody with ketamine. They have a different drug now in Aurora, which I mean, unfortunately, it's going to take a death with that drug to get that drug out of here. I don't understand why drugs are given out in the field to begin with. People have allergies and different things that you wouldn't know unless you did extensive questioning, etc. So he was about to be fired. He quit the day after. Yeah. I lived in Denver on Colfax Avenue at the National Jewish Hospital when I was 15. Clever Girl, I do a lot of Colfax runs. That's what I became known for. Cop watching on Colfax. And scattering cops. That was another thing I was known for when I first started this channel. That's how it became to any sort of prominence. So you might be interested in catching some of the earlier videos of my Colfax runs. And I haven't been back out there in a little bit, but I will get back at it, all that stuff. It is a small world, Clever Girl, for sure. I'll give you a photo. All right. Yeah, he wasn't terminated technically, and that's why he did get back pay. So that's kind of a coup on Woodyard's part, right? He got all that back pay. It was like almost, what was it, like $200,000 of fucking back pay? It was ridiculous. Casey Collins from the other channel, the Law and Crime Trials. Good to hear your voices. Grateful I found such kind souls to watch with. Thank you, Casey. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your support, and thank you for watching that panel. Ellie says, finally some justice for Elijah McClain. Yes, it was slightly bittersweet because the other charge of manslaughter was they were found not guilty of, but at least they got the negligent homicide and then the enhancers on Chikuniak. So maybe I'll have a panel on that as well, because it was it was a little bittersweet, more sweet than bitter, but still there was a little tiny bit of bitterness to it. But Remy Nass says yes. Thank you for the comment, Remy. Appreciate that. Let's move on. Last comment here. Great discussion, MLH and Ellie from Matthew the King, who I believe is in chat, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw Matthew in there. Nathan Woodyard got his job back and also received $200,000 in back pay. Jesus. Can you imagine that? You're sitting at home for 2 years. 2 years or longer, I think it was, Ellie. And you received $200,000 check. Here you go. Here's your check for $200,000. All right, let's see if we have any held for review comments. Those are always fun if we get them. It does not look like we have any, so nobody was nasty to me this week for a change. Let's see if we got any mentions. Westside Accountability, who's in chat. Ellie, can you post Westside's link in chat for me, please? Westside does a great job of promoting other people's channels. I see it all the time, and 99% of the time they're great channels to follow. So make sure you follow Westside Accountability. She posted just today about the comment show, so thank you very much, Westside. I really appreciate that. 1 day ago on the Elijah McClain trial verdict watch, you also mentioned me in that post, and then 2 weeks ago also for the photo radar thing. So Westside, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. All right, let's go back here, see if we have any more. Okay, we're good. Let's see if there's any published ones. Oh, shoot. 1 minute ago, Northwest Press gave me a thumbs up and some emojis. SSX Tricky. Yeah, that was a fun game, man. I remember that game. It was the snowboarding game. Yeah. And then I guess I didn't give the thumbs up and heart to Lamposter, who was laughing at me. Let's go back. Let's see if we cleared them all up. Yep, we're good. Okay. All right. I love the horses, clever girl. I didn't know what the horses meant until Ellie filled me in on that inside joke, clever girl. It's pretty funny. All right. Let's talk about what's coming up, guys and gals, on the channel. Normally I reserve the weekends for any requests that you guys have. Like if you guys want me to do some cop watching, for instance, just let me know. Or like if you want me to take a drive to Red Rocks or the mountains, or anything you guys want me to do, if it's within sensibility. Like I'm not going to drive 5 hours to New Mexico or something, something like that. But if it's in the Denver metro area and there's something that needs addressing, then let me know, and then I will be more than happy to accommodate those requests. If not, I'm taking the weekends off. Mondays I usually do homeless outreach or cop watching. I haven't done so much homeless outreach lately because I just don't have the funds for it right now. The holidays have beaten up my wallet into submission, so it's going to be a few weeks before I get back out doing some homeless outreach. Although I am doing one thing. There's a brownie tray that I'm buying for some homeless people that I'm not going to put on camera. But I do stuff like that all the time off camera, guys, just letting you know. I don't, if I have cash in my wallet, people have heard me say this several times. If I have cash in my wallet, it won't be there for very long, because if I see somebody in need, I just give it. So that's why I don't hardly ever carry cash. So Mondays are that. Tuesdays is Hot Tubs on Bernie's channel. Make sure you sub to Bernie. And, we have a fun time messing up songs and, in a very risque manner. So it's 18 and over. Wednesdays, I'm out and about doing cop watching, stuff like that. Thursdays I take completely off. I want to reserve at least one day where I can mentally recharge and be good to go going forward. And Fridays I have the video game channel that I do on YouTube called RP Grinders. It's also on Twitch. Twitch is the chat though, twitch.tv/RP Grinders. And that's where you guys can catch me on Fridays at 7 Eastern time. So a lot of fun on the channel, a lot of goofiness, a lot of serious stuff too. But let me kind of tell you guys, I've got plans for 2 panels. One I am not going to talk about right now because I got to gather up some information. You guys are not going to want to miss that one. That one is going to be a very, very good one. Pay attention because there's going to be a few sparks that fly on that one. The other panel I'm going to do is on the sentencing for the Elijah McClain EMT trial, the Chikuniak and Cooper trial, not the Elijah McClain trial. I hate when people say that because it makes it seem like Elijah McClain is the perpetrator, when in reality it was Chikuniak and Cooper. So I definitely want to wrap up my thoughts on that. And I'll probably have Ellie up on that panel if she's willing to, which I'm sure she will, depending. Sean Little, welcome. Nice to have you here. I've been to Taos, New Mexico. They have strange booze laws there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to Taos. I've been to, maybe passing through. I've been there. I don't know. Okay. Thanks, Clever Girl, for subscribing to Bernie's channel. Really appreciates that. And then the Twitch link, that's the video game one. It's twitch.tv/RP Grinders, Clever Girl. Okay, so the other panel I'm going to have, I can't talk about right now. I'm still gathering information on that one, but you guys are not going to want to miss it. Just trust me on that. Okay, so you guys know the scheduling, and then in between times, I'm always busy. I'm always doing something like putting in requests, maybe doing certain cop watches that aren't live, and other things of public interest. So it's not just cop watching. I do a myriad of other things on the channel, and you guys can definitely see, the past, present, and obviously the future of what we're going to be doing on this channel. But there's a lot of stuff. So what else? Yeah, and I'll, sometimes impromptu, I will have lives too on various topics, pop culture sometimes, news, politics, whatever, stuff to talk about. So just keep those notifications on. That's the best way. Some people aren't getting the notifications. Sometimes you have to redo your notifications. Sometimes you will be unsubscribed spontaneously from the channel. You just got to check your list and then resubscribe or whatever. But that's pretty much it. I always leave people with this message usually on the channel. So for all the new people, I think it's really important. If you're struggling with your own mental health, please make sure you reach out to somebody that you know, love, and trust. In lieu of that, my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a counselor, but I do listen, and sometimes that helps. But if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, just remember, somebody out there thinks you're their favorite. All right? It could save your life. There is a national hotline in Canada and the United States, dial 988, that will get you connected with somebody that is a professional if you're seeking professional help. And you can, if you're too sheepish to talk to somebody, you can also text that number and somebody will get back to you in text form, and maybe for some people that's a little bit easier. But don't do anything rash until you talk to somebody, okay? So that's about it. I don't think I have anything else. I want to thank everybody in chat for joining this week. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Carol says, I think I will stream tomorrow. Yeah, no worries, Carol. I'm sure a lot of people are subbed to you. So, make sure you sub to Carol and get, she does, she's usually at Janet's Kitchen on Sundays, I believe. Carol, correct me if I'm wrong, and usually has some nice thoughts and stuff like that. So, All right, that's about all I got for you guys. You guys have a great Xmas weekend, holiday weekend. And I'm sure you guys will be seeing me very, very soon. Like I said, keep those notifications on. If you happen to miss me live, don't fret. They're always there for you. My videos are always there for you to watch, and I would appreciate any comments. It's what keeps the comment show going. So that's all I got for you guys. Have a great weekend. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys on the next video.